Hey guys, I'm Nick with tech-Nic, and in today's episode we're going to look at this 3-in-1 LED gaming kit from LVLUP. In this kit is a mouse pad, and headphones. These are starting to be available at Walmart. We'll put the price here. Look at that. I'll read a couple of things about this before we open it and then test this a little bit. Universal connection, so you'll be able to use this with your gaming laptops, PCs, your Xbox, your PS5, and other gaming systems as well. So anything with a headphone jack essentially is what this is. This is a wired connection for the headset and mouse. LED on the headset, ear cups, mouse, and mouse pad light up and give you that visual experience while you're gaming. 4 button settings for your DPI settings: 400, 800, 1200, and 1600. 13 light modes that you can cycle through while you use this device. It says that the mouse pad has a high quality rubber backing to it so that it never slides out of place. You don't have to worry about that. And it says comfortably track your mouse and never run out of room. Well, let's find out. Looks simple enough. Anytime, it seems like all we're doing is putting LEDs on everything that there is. I'm waiting for LED bread boxes, possibly packages of Hanes underwear with strobe light effect. Almost like a peacock, right? Like, we can't do the peacock feather thing. Maybe our underwear can strobe and flash and lure women like moths to the flame. I think that's where we're headed with all this. So let's just open it and find out how attractive and sexy this thing is. In the box, packaging, headphones sit right down in the top of this. Comes with a USB power, and we have here a microphone plug-in and the headphone jack. So the adapter here can work for this headset and take you down to a smaller audio jack size if needed. An Xbox controller, for example, I would take this to that. Brilliant. Mouse pad there, and some instructions. Heads up! Ooh! So let's pull the mouse pad out. The mouse. Really cool design on the mouse. I can see and imagine how this would look very good with some LEDs pulsing through these cracks here, and we'll get to see that in a little bit after we plug it up. The design looks really good. Obviously, this is a pretty tried and true shape, generic shape for a mouse. So I'm not feeling any concern there. It is very lightweight, and again, I don't need it to be heavy. Feels clicky. I like the track wheel, the feel of the track wheel as well. So it'll all be on how responsive that is when we use it. But to the touch, that feels pretty good. It also has these little, like, grip groove slats, like, etched in the side. It's not slick on the side. It gives me a little bit of grip. It's a nice touch. Mouse pad here. And this is common when these are rolled up like this for a while. You probably, before you use this, want to lay this out and put something, your laptop on it or something for a night or overnight, and let this thing kind of flatten out some, because they do this like looks like a canoe. Or I'm going to make a pita, like I'm going to throw in some ingredients. Just go ahead and start getting, actually that makes me a little bit hungry. That's weird. And the cable for the power for this. Let's unwind this, plug this thing in here, and see if we can get a little bit of use out of this. I'm going to have cords everywhere. Don't judge. Worth mentioning, this mouse pad is roughly a 12x9 mouse pad. Now again, mine's kind of cattywampus right now. It's curled up, and it looks like my hair, if I don't cut it every 2 weeks, it's starting to look like Justin Timberlake, some of that ramen noodle stuff. It's gonna be me! So this mouse pad is a little wonky. Don't judge for that. Like again, iron this. Don't iron it. For the love of God, don't iron it. Do not send me all the complaints and comments. Tech-Nic, I broke my mouse pad because I ironed it. Disclaimer, don't iron it. But maybe do put something fairly heavy and not sharp on it to flatten her down. It's like I do with my belly. Those leotards that they're selling now, that are like for fit dads, we pull them up here and it squeezes all this in, and then our chests look massive, and everybody's like, dude, you're getting some gains. Really, I can't breathe and I'm about to shit myself. We have the charging port here, and we have this little button that'll change the style of the lighting sequence. It's gonna be my... while this boots up so we can get some gameplay in on this mouse, I'm not going to judge the mouse pad right now because it's so curly-whirly. So I'm going to kind of rate this on style, comfort, and performance, including what I expect the longevity to be. Style-wise, I mean, it's not totally bland. It does have LEDs around it. I mean, the headphones, I would say, leave a little bit to be desired. If I were a naysayer, I would look at this and say that somebody made these, somebody else made this, and possibly even a third guy made old roly-poly here. I would have liked to have seen this little crackling theme across this for the light to come through instead of now a totally different type of aesthetic, a band that comes around, and we got some little cutouts in the thing. I would have liked them to kind of all look like this, really. I think. Guys, I have an idea. We put the theme across all three things in the box. I don't know. It's crazy! It just might work. Comfort. Let's find out. Not a lot of padding across the top here. Not a lot of padding here. Maybe you don't need it, especially if your ears are smaller and fit inside the hole. Now, if you've got some big old, like my Uncle Barney, you know, his ears are like this big, this might get uncomfortable for you. Sorry, Barney. Lovely man. Best of wishes if you're watching, Barney. These are not going to get you very far. There is an almost warped type of feeling to the fit on the sides. Like I can slide a whole finger up in here. That's not always good. Both sides. It does not pull snug. So I'm getting a lot of outside noise coming through these cups. The ear cup material is it feels very synthetic and in a bad way. The rustling of this ear cup is actually pretty aggressive. It's kind of... So I'm getting some things that are going to mess with the sound quality. Now, I haven't even done the sound quality yet. These are things before that. And any type of contact with this sounds like I'm in a brown paper bag fighting for my life. So... let's see if it goes uphill from here. All of this that I've been talking about, the mouse, like I thought when I took it out of the box, is the best part in here. Now, longevity will be the issue. I can't speak to how long I think this thing might last, but these will work. Definitely if you have a younger brother or a buddy over that's kind of like questionable with your stuff. You got this, bro, got this brand new setup for you to use every time you're here. On the top of this mouse, I can click and change my DPI. That is actually faster, so we went up. Man, I mean, this is pretty good, honestly. All right, now I'm going to focus solely on the sound performance. So I'm going to have these at 50% volume and see what we think. Okay, so sound quality. Here's how I'm going to explain this. These are not horrible, but they are not top tier. This is not a listening experience. You're not going to be wowed by that, but it's very loud. So it's very capable. It's not rich. The bass isn't deep embodied. It's kind of shallow and kind of almost rattly. I'm not getting rich depth to the audio at all. In the gaming that we did with it, obviously the volume was totally fine. That being said, let's just summarize. So style, again, there's nothing wrong here. This is great, especially for the price point of what you're getting here. I do wish we would have kind of kept the theme together. These really look like, at best, two separate products, these and this, and maybe that's what happened. And they just kind of bundled these up in this offering. But that being said, you throw LEDs on stuff and you're going to make them pretty stylized. It's cool. It's going to light up a space if it's dark in here. It does give a little bit of ambiance to the room. Comfort and performance. is where mouse is great. Again, I think that's the way to view this. You're buying a mouse and you're getting a headset, a lightweight headset and mouse pad for free. Is that fair? That's what I would say. Now, longevity of this is where I have no real information to give you. There's no real testing standard on this. They're not telling us life expectancy for number of clicks. This is going to be when you've broken something and you're needing to replace it, or parents getting kids something that they don't want to break the bank for.
People are working 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week to some a third job.
Or an adult who's working multiple jobs and wants to game at night, and I don't want to spend a fortune and have somebody yapping at me because I'm spending too much money.
Please don't play with me right now.
You're going to want to move to something higher end and nicer down the road, but for entry level, I think this is fine. I've said it before, I'll say it one final time. You're buying a mouse that's pretty good, and you're getting some extras that you get thrown in. Let us know in the comments if you've bought this, if you're using it and enjoying it, how it's working. If you have any problems with it, let us know what you got out of this. If this lasted you a month, a year, come back, you know, shoot, in 10 years, if it lasted, and say, this is the best thing I ever bought. It's possible. I appreciate you coming by the channel, supporting us, watching the videos, and sharing us with your family and friends. Please continue to do that. We have some growth goals we're setting out for this year that we'll start going over and kind of finalizing in the upcoming weeks, and rolling those out to you with some giveaways and some prizes. So guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick with tech-Nic. Catch you next time.